leave a thumbs up, I would truly appreciate it. Okay, these are the deets. Pastor James Stockton of South Bay Church of God in Torrance faces felony charges. Okay? Felony charges after allegedly, now I have to say allegedly to be prudent and responsible, but the clips that I'm going to show you, there's no allegations to this unless the videos were AI, and I do not believe that they are. And I want to give a huge shout out to the content creator, Big Bad Wolf. So let's give him some applause, because he went out and did the daggone thing. There are a lot of people out here doing work, filming, but he actually did his thing. So again, shout out to content creator Big Bad Wolf, who was able to capture footage that I'm sure, if not already, it will shortly go viral. Allegedly attempting to meet a minor for lewd purposes in a sting operation. That sting operation is called Caught Fished. And that's what's in the title that you see on the thumbnail. The sting was conducted by the online citizen group Caught Fished, which claims Stockton, again, they're being very careful, but again, momentarily, you'll understand why, claims that Stockton knowingly communicated with someone posing to be a 16-year-old. Now, how many times have we heard this? I would think in the days of technology and how so many people have been outed and recorded, especially in church, especially the Catholic Church. But this right here, again, hold your horses. Stockton, who has ties to a Florida church and a past congregational, let me slow down, because this is really, this is sick. I know about pravity, but this one, just give me a moment to get myself together. A past congressional one. So not only does he have pastor under his belt and ranking in the NAACP under the belt, he had a run for Congress. Now, again, I would say something right now, but I'm going to leave politics out of this stream. But trust me, I'll be back. I said that. I'm going to start giving a trivia question each stream just to see who pays attention. I will be back with a stream dealing with politics, because a lot is going on still. He was released on his own recognizances and is due back in court on December the 12th, 2025. Now, I just want to say this beforehand. When people have a lot of money and a lot of power, sometimes things either go away or lesser things can be offered and accepted. We've seen this many, many times. So do not be surprised if that occurs. So let's listen to the first video again. Shout out to content creator, Big Bad Wolf. Fair use.
My soul cries out, hallelujah! I thank God for saving me.
A self-proclaimed man of God goes from the pulpit to a public walk of shame. 54-year-old James Stockton, a senior pastor at the South Bay Church of God, is facing a felony charge of arranging a meeting with a minor for lewd purposes. He pled not guilty.
There is no actual picture.
These are the ones that we trust, and we should be able to trust them with our kids.
Antoine is the founder of an online citizen group called FISHED. Members chat with adults who believe they're talking with a minor for the purpose of a sexual encounter. These are the text exchanges allegedly between Pastor Stockton and the person pretending to be a 16-year-old boy. In this one, Stockton appears to send a selfie asking what time you get out of school today. Here, Stockton allegedly texted, "I promise to be gentle and make sure you are enjoying it."
The nasty part that no pastor should even be talking about, but he got to saying that he wanted to the boys.
On the day Stockton met up with the decoy who said he was 16, the pastor had this to say.
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Senior pastor of South Bay Church of God here in the beautiful city of Torrance, California.
At South Bay Church of God in Torrance, no one would go on camera.
We don't know anything other than what we see on the video. Nothing. We don't know. It was a shock to us as everybody else.
Now, I'm just going to say this. It's hard for me to believe that a large following knew nothing about a particular preference or a lifestyle. Again, I could be wrong, but what do we really know about these people? Again, that we entrust with some of the problems that we may be facing and with our children. So let's listen to, view another snip. Pastor James Stockton. Okay, we already know about the charges. And again, court of law, you are innocent until proven guilty. 54 years old. And as you can see, he puts in a not guilty plea. The sting, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, was carried out by an online citizen group called FISHED, founded by Antoine, who says the group chats with adults who believe that they are communicating with minors for the purposes of a sexual encounter. Now, some people may say, well, are these setups, are these even legal? I haven't read or have any knowledge that they're not. And if it's to catch predators, is that not a good thing? These are the ones that we trust, and we should be able to trust him with our kids, according to Antoine. Also, according to Antoine, Stockton, and again, I have to say, allegedly, in quotes, very well knew he was communicating with someone claiming to be 16 years old. The group released what they say, not me. And let me put in a quick disclaimer. Views and opinions and subject matter of July's TV, also known as Release, is not that of YouTube, Google, nor any of its affiliates. Now, to have the formalities out of the way, let us continue. The group released what they say are text exchanges between Stockton and the decoy, including a message in which Stockton appears. Okay, we have to be really careful and pay attention to the words that are used. Appears to send a selfie and asks, "What time do you get out of school today?" And next, really quickly, we have another message. He allegedly, I can't read that because, of course, there's a banner over here, but hopefully you all can. But it continues to say, Antoine says the messages became graphic. He got into the nasty part that no pastor should be talking about. Antoine said, describing the explicit comment Stockton allegedly sent. So that there may be explanations, like I said, AI or someone else's. It could. Who knows what's going to come out in court December the 12th, 2025. We shall see. But for right now, it doesn't look favorable. But that can change. We've seen certain things change. When Stockton arrived to meet the decoy, who had identified himself as 16, he told the group on camera, after realizing it had been a sting operation, actually, and you'll hear this momentarily, actually, I was hoping and praying it was somebody older. When you see the clip, pay attention to the body language. He didn't really flinch too much. So again, we'll see what happens December the 12th. But the story together as a whole, in the grand scheme of things at the end of the day, is still disturbing for a 54-year-old pastor meeting up with a stranger that they met online. Now, is online communication wrong? I'm about to do a series in 2026, Dating Over 50, where I'll be discussing some stories and going out on a couple myself and recording, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm excited about that. But Stockton has also been affiliated with a church in Florida. And as I mentioned, he previously ran for Congress. At South Bay Church of God, members declined, as you heard on that clip, interviews, which I can understand why they would decline, but said the allegations came as a surprise. Again, this is Pastor James Stockton. Again, that there are allegations that he met up with someone who the group Codfish believed that he knew that the individual that he was communicating with was 16. So we are going to go to another clip.
So, can we have an easy conversation about this, bro?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna record because I'm in your car,
Right.
and I don't know if you got weapons in here.
No, I don't.
So, brother, why are you here trying to meet my brother?
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Really?
Yeah, oh, please.
I mean, because I was looking at his phone, dude, and a lot of the messages didn't seem like you were really trying to hope that he was older.
Yeah, I was really definitely trying to hope he was
Backpack.
older.
Okay, so let me ask you,
So,
but I saw you send him a message on Thanksgiving talking about you want to come eat him up.
Well, that's because that's what he was saying he was into.
Well, he said he was going to eat that day because it was
Yeah, I
Thanksgiving.
mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. But I thought he was older.
I mean, because based off the app, right?
Right.
But he told you something different.
But I thought, again, I wasn't thinking that nobody was 16 or no ass like that. Because again, we all say we're different ages and things like that,
Right.
stuff like that.
I mean, what, you didn't say you was a different age.
No, actually, on my
tripping if I'm 16. No, I ain't gonna be tripping if I'm 16.
So you're obviously talking once people have sex.
Yeah. And then if you notice, a couple of times he's like, I don't think you're real. I'm like, okay, but you tell me.
Age, how old are you willing to go?
So, your thoughts thus far on Pastor John Stockton. Do you believe that, number one, the individual that he met up with and had arranged to meet up with and was communicating with, do you believe that Pastor John Stockton believed that it was a minor? Do you believe that he knew it was a minor or somebody much, much, much younger than his 54 years? When it was discovered that he was codfished, do you believe that he honestly thought and was praying that it was someone much older? Do you have any opinions, one way or another, that a well-known pastor, again affiliated at one point in time with the NAACP, and had a short bid for Congress, or running for Congress, pardon me, made a mistake in judgment for these alleged lewd allegations? Now, I'm not here to judge anyone. I believe and always believe that Creator renders final judgment. In these days and times, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, so many people are hurting, confused. They may feel as though they can't trust their family members, so they may, and we've heard many stories, entrust those men and women of the cloth. And if you're kind-hearted and again come with these accolades, as Pastor John Stockton absolutely has, would anyone question these allegations, these extremely inappropriate and felonious, if proven to be true, allegations which tinker with soliciting a minor? Again, really quickly, for those that are coming in, if you would be so kind to double tap your screens or give us a thumbs up. And again, this is a conversation that we've had before and others have had, and they just keep coming. And a lot of people do not feel comfortable with attending in-person services, and there are a lot of stories that are coming out with relationships outside of the marriage and money laundering, and you name it, you've heard it from many senior members of these churches. So again, Pastor John Stockton was caught up in a sting, Codfished, which was founded by the gentleman Antoine, who says the group chats with adults. The adults believe that they are communicating with minors for the purposes, I would believe, the sole purposes of actual encounters. And Antoine goes on to say, these are the ones we trust, and we should be able to trust him with our kids. According to Antoine Stockton, again, these are allegations, and these must be proven, because these are some very strong, damaging allegations. According to Antoine, Stockton very well knew he was communicating with someone claiming to be 16. The group released what they say were text exchanges between Stockton and the decoy, including a message in which Stockton appears to send a selfie and asks, "What time do you get off of school today?" And this is just a continuation of that. And it got a little lewd. And it just reiterates that Pastor Stockton has been affiliated with a church in Florida and previously ran for Congress. So again, those things right there, and not to mention the NAACP, according to reports. I implore you to research this. It should not be difficult to find. That again, those are wonderful things to have on your resume. This right here can blemish all of those things in one fell swoop. So we have to be careful, those investigating, that they are absolutely correct in everything that they find, and in everything that they find that's authenticated beyond a shadow of a doubt. Again, it looks, from my optics right now, it looks not too favorable, but we have to wait until the investigation is completed. Again, this is the brief. Pastor James Stockton of South Bay Church of God in Torrance faces felony charges after, again, allegedly attempting to meet a minor for lewd purposes in a sting operation. That sting operation was Codfished. It's actually a good little name, which claims that Stockton knowingly communicated with someone posing to be a 16-year-old. So I'm not sure if Stockton has an attorney yet. I would imagine that he does. And another good question is, if no one from the church wanted to speak on camera, and the only statement was they were surprised, are there going to be any witnesses? that this behavior is either the first time or he's done this before. I would venture to say that normally, and again, I could be wrong, this is my opinion, those that engage in this type of meeting, because some people don't have time to go to bars if they like bars, or bowling alleys, or jazz venues, or if you're a man, a club, I don't know what you all do for enjoyment. I guess bowling or fishing or trips, maybe antiquing. I don't know. I don't know what men of the club do outside of preparing for their Bible lessons and visiting people in the hospital, prayer, and looking over the church and things of that nature. So I don't know what type of activities they may be involved in. But I would imagine, again, if something like this has happened in the past with someone much younger, would they come forward, or are they waiting? Some people, as we know, they wait months, sometimes years, before saying anything. Maybe not at all, for fears of many things. So we have to keep that in mind as well. Stockton, who has ties to a Florida church and a past congressional run, was released on his own recognizance. So that's important as well. And as I mentioned, it's due back in court December the 12th. So you know I'm going to be there virtually. So we're going to do one more quick clip. And again, shout out to Big Bad Wolf, who put this all together.
Age, how old are you willing to go? And then you tell him you're 54. And he told you that age doesn't matter to him. I just care if the person is nice and keeps stuff secret. That is definitely me. So you have someone that's told you they're 16. Hold on. You have someone that told you they're 16. You've told them that you're 54. Okay? Nowhere in these messages do you say, I don't think you're 16. Right? He tells you that he wants someone that's going to keep it secret. If you have a person who's underage juvenile that you don't know, that says you want to keep something secret, and you have an adult that says, yeah, I'll keep a secret with you, and then you start going into sex talk, at what point are you guys talking about meeting up with a consenting adult?
Well, that was the police officer having a conversation with Pastor John Stockton, asking, I was going to use a word, and again, I would have to say no pun intended, but asking some difficult questions, reasonable questions. Again, the next court appearance will be December the 12th, 2025. Your thoughts as to what you think may happen. Is Pastor John Stockton innocent? He did enter a not guilty plea. Did he indeed think that he was meeting someone and praying that this person that he met was much older? Or did he truly get catfished? Let's listen one more time. And your comments are welcome.
My soul cries out, hallelujah! I thank God for saving me.
A self-proclaimed man of God goes from the pulpit to a public walk of shame. 54-year-old James Stockton, a senior pastor at the South Bay Church of God, is facing a felony charge of arranging a meeting with a minor for lewd purposes. He pled not guilty.
There is no actual victim.
These are the ones that we trust, and we should be able to trust them with our kids.
Antoine is the founder of an online citizen group called FISHED. Members chat with adults who believe they're talking with a minor for the purpose of a sexual encounter. These are the text exchanges allegedly between Pastor Stockton and the person pretending to be a 16-year-old boy. In this one, Stockton appears to send a selfie asking what time you get out of school today. Here, Stockton allegedly texted, "I promise to be gentle and make sure you are enjoying it."
The nasty part that no pastor should even be talking about, but he got to saying that he wanted to the boys.
On the day Stockton met up with the decoy who said he was 16, the pastor had this to say.
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Senior pastor of South Bay Church of God here in the beautiful city of Torrance, California.
At South Bay Church of God in Torrance, no one would go on camera.
We don't know anything. Other than what we see on the video, nothing. We don't know. It was a shock to us as everybody else.
Thank you so much for tuning in to your ride home with Lise and Pastor Codfish, the disturbing story of Pastor John Stockton. Will he be vindicated on December the 12th, or will he be slapped with a felony charge? Keep your notifications bell because I will definitely bring you any updates as they become available. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please enjoy your Wednesday, perhaps again Thursday, depending upon where you are on the globe. And I will be back with another video later on this evening when I finish work, and I hope to see you virtually. Please be safe, be well, and be healthy. And again, please, your thoughts and comments on this story. Again, we have not heard these stories before, but they're actually becoming more prevalent, and that's the problem. But again, innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. The behavior, again, I'm not here to judge. Until next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now.
But you can't hide. high.